Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show to talk about some NBA. So let's get right into it. First thing I'm going to talk about is Giannis. Via Chris B. Haynes, a quote here. He said, "I believe the last 5 years I've been the MVP. Do I want a third MVP? Hell yeah. I want a third one. I'm extremely competitive. I try to make my team successful. That's what I get paid for. That's what I'm here for. I'm never going to be one who discredits anybody else's work. That's not who I am as a person, and I will never beg for an MVP award that I believe I deserve. I'm very proud that I'm able to play at an MVP level because that means I'm making my team very successful, and that's the goal," said Giannis. Unquote. It's not just about the MVP. He's competitive. He doesn't like losing. Like like if the Bucks front office didn't do such a great job with their roster, Giannis would be the MVP every year. And that's what I'm saying. He has an insane roster this year. If he didn't have an insane roster, he'd be the MVP easily every year. But yeah, he just doesn't show ego. He's just not a big ego guy. I feel like he's been the best player that's like 4 or 5 years in the league. So of course you want to win MVP. I mean, of course you're gonna want to win MVP. Who doesn't want to win MVP? I mean, come on. MVP should go to the best player in the league, and he also has been the best player since about 2018. And his team literally went on a run of games undefeated without him. That just shows how good that roster is, how good that team is, how deep that roster is, even without Giannis. So I don't want to hear people discrediting him because, oh, the roster, oh, that stretch he didn't play. That's just how deep that roster is, and they're so fortunate to have this guy on their team, best player in the league. He's not begging to be MVP. So, kind of a little shot at Joel Embiid, but, yeah, just a humble dude. Report, the Mavericks not expected to bring back Christian Wood, so they're not expected to bring back Christian Wood per report. I mean, he takes a lot of crap sometimes, but the Mavs were always on the positive side of the plus-minus when he was on the court. I mean, sometimes, yes, he got lost in no man's land on defense, but he's actually in the right system with an actual coach. He could really flourish, actually being a starter instead of coming off the bench. I mean, neither one of Powell or Wood are that good defensively, but he was a positive player to the Mavericks. But now he's probably going to leave, and that doesn't surprise me. I'm not shocked. He's a good player. He just didn't get used correctly, and they decided to sabotage their season by chaining him to the bench just so he doesn't get paid. But they traded a first-round pick for Wood, traded an unprotected pick for Kyrie, and probably both are going to leave this summer. I mean, I don't know who Luke is going to have in that team next season. But yeah, he's unlikely to make a return to the Mavs. This is according to NBA insider Mark Stein. It might be a short-lived time with Dallas, like with Kyrie, if that happens. So, wrote Stein, prime among current Mavericks who face uncertain futures are JaVale McGee, who failed to live up to a 3-year, $17.2 million contract he commanded last summer. The fan favorite Christian Wood, probably going to come back. Tim Hardaway Jr. has 2 seasons, $34.1 million left in his contract, so he probably won't come back. That will be, but if his prediction turns out to be accurate, then Wood will be on his way to like his 8th team since entering the league in 2015. So I don't know where he'd go then. But Luke, I don't know who he's going to have in that team next year. Yeah, but Christian Wood was really effective this year offensively. He should have been the starter, but I don't know. Report, during CBA negotiations, some NBA veterans expressed concern over high school players coming in and taking their spots. This is per a report. So this was a little over a week ago, and they agreed on a new collective bargaining agreement. So some details will emerge, and one of them that has caught the interest of pundits is that high school players are still not eligible to enter the draft. So some young veteran players don't want young hoopers coming to take their spots, according to Michael Scotto. I mean, well, if you're good enough to hang around, then you'll keep your spot. If you're old and washed, no more free money to ride the bench. I mean, come on. If you're a high schooler, you can take. If a high schooler can take your spot, then you don't belong in the league. It's just simple as that. So it seems like these old players are a little bit scared here. A lot of these vets are terrible, so I can see the concern. Chimezie Metu on the Warriors said, quote, "We're not scared of them." Metu puts up 4.8 points per game and 3.0 rebounds and shoots, says 59%. But what's he supposed to say though? What's he supposed to say? Like, if I'm a player, of course I'm going to say, "Oh, I'm not scared of them." But come on, you got bench players talking like Sargent. You know he ain't gonna play much, and I got a bad feeling the Kings are about to get destroyed in the playoffs by the Golden State Warriors. That's why you never count out the defending champs, and dude thinks he's gonna get playoff minutes, bro. Like, scared or not, Warriors in 5. So Ben Gordon was arrested on a weapons and threatening charges after he began behaving erratically in a Connecticut juice shop. Man, I think Ben got a dose of some bad shit, and I think it just messed him up. Like he's been in so much trouble recently with the law. Remember him back being on the Bulls sharpshooter, extremely underrated hooper. Now it's just sad how far he's fallen off. Jimmy Butler on the Miami Heat. We can beat anybody when we're playing the right way. So could a lot of teams. The thing is, the only one team will be playing the right way at the end. Last year's Warriors, for example. But why haven't they played the right way all season? Maybe Jimmy doesn't really try hard until the playoffs, but they might be first round exits if they even get out of the playing game. And y'all can lose anybody too. It's just the Heat just don't have as good as a playoff roster this year if they weren't to even make it to the actual playoffs than last year. The Eastern Conference Finals team. Talent Evaluator says LeBron James is closer to the bottom than top 10 in NBA in terms of championship level impact. This was clearly evident coming into this year, though. Talent Evaluator, whoever he is speaking facts. I mean, he's not wrong, but just stop telling us these things if you can't tell us who said it, though. I mean, just tell us who said it, like. But yeah, that's all I have for this video. Since next time, I have a lot.